The Madeira Islands, Table of Contents. The Madeira Islands.
Dr. Sydney Soclof. Dr. Sydney at earthlink.net. 2021.
Recommended video, Madeira. Terra do Encanto, 4 minutes.
Madeira Islands.
Madeira is a Portuguese archipelago in the North Atlantic Ocean. It is one of the autonomous regions of Portugal.
This is the flag of the autonomous region of Madeira.
Where are the Madeira Islands?
The Madeira Islands are in the Atlantic Ocean, 360 miles to the west of the North African country of Morocco and southwest of Portugal.
Another island group that is a region of Portugal are the Azores.
From Miami to Funchal the distance is 3,800 miles, or 6,115 kilometers, or 3,300 nautical miles.
This shows the location of the Madeira Islands with respect to Portugal, Gibraltar, and Morocco.
From Funchal, the capital and main city of Madeira, to Lisbon, Portugal is 605 miles or 974 kilometers.
From Funchal to Gibraltar the distance is 700 miles or 1,130 kilometers.
To the south of the Madeira Islands are the Canary Islands, a possession of Spain.
Madeira Island and Porto Santo are the only inhabited islands of the Madeira Island group.
The autonomous region of Madeira is composed of Madeira Island, Porto Santo Island, Desertas Islands and Savage Islands.
The total population of the islands is 250,000, of which only 4,800 live on Porto Santo Island.
Funchal, the capital of the Madeira Islands, is on the south coast of the principal island of Madeira.
Other main towns on Madeira Island are Ribeirão Brava, Machico, and Santa Cruz.
Although Madeira Island is the largest island of the group, it is a rather small island, with a length of only 30 miles, 57 kilometers, and is only 13 miles, 22 kilometers, at its widest point. Nevertheless, Madeira Island represents 93% of the archipelago's total land area.
The backbone of the island of Madeira is a mountain chain, with an average altitude of 4,000 feet, 1,220 meters, from which many deep ravines radiate outward to the coast. The highest point on the island is Pico Ruivo, at 6,107 feet or 1,862 meters.
This shows Pico Ruivo, the highest point on the island of Madeira.
Madeira, known originally to the Romans as the Purple Islands, was rediscovered, possibly accidentally, by Portuguese sailors and settled by Portugal sometime between 1418 and 1420.
Madeira is a popular year-round resort, famed worldwide for its Madeira wine, a perfect climate, striking scenery, flowers, and embroidery artisans.
Madeira has a New Year's Eve celebration with a spectacular fireworks show. This was recently considered to be the biggest fireworks show in the world by the Guinness Book of World Records.
Tourism is an important sector in the region's economy since it contributes 20% to the region's GDP, providing support throughout the year for commercial, transport and other activities and constituting a significant market for local products.
What time is it in the Madeira Islands?
This map shows the standard time zones of the world.
The Madeira Islands are in the Western European Time Zone, Western European Time, WET. The Western European Standard Time is at GMT, London Time, and the Western European Summer Time is GMT+1.
Now we will have a concise history of Madeira.
Some 35 million years ago, volcanic eruptions under the Atlantic Ocean formed the Madeira Islands.
The island of Madeira is at the top of a massive shield volcano that rises about 6 kilometers, 20,000 feet, from the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. This is to be compared to another shield volcano, Mauna Loa, in Hawaii, considered to be the largest shield volcano of the world.
The most recent volcanic eruptions of Madeira were on the west-central part of the island, only 6,500 years ago, creating more cinder cones and lava flows.
The archipelago is considered to be the first discovery of the exploratory period, initiated by Henry, the navigator of Portugal.
Although he was called Prince Henry the Navigator by the English, Prince Henry never actually sailed on any of the voyages of discovery he sponsored.
Instead, Prince Henry established a school for the study of the arts of navigation, map-making, and shipbuilding. This would allow sailors to better guide their ships and to come up with new ship designs.
This map shows the areas reached by explorers under the sponsorship of Henry the Navigator.
In the early 1400s, Prince Henry the Navigator of Portugal sent his best sailors and cartographers to examine the coast of Africa.
The party got blown off course and ended up 310 miles to the west, stranded on a beach of one of the Madeira Islands. When they returned to Lisbon and told the prince what had happened, he immediately sent them back to colonize the island, which led to the discovery of Madeira, just 25 or so miles away to the southwest.
In the 15th century, the Portuguese started maritime discoveries in 1418. The seafarings João Gonçalves Zarco discovered the archipelago, and soon afterwards the Portuguese crown claimed the island.
The word Madeira means wood in Portuguese. The first explorers found dense forest on Madeira.
The southern part of Madeira has been largely deforested to make way for banana, wheat and sugarcane plantations.
But the northern part still is densely forested. It has the largest remaining laurel forest in the world.
This is a Portuguese postage stamp honoring João Gonçalves Zarco.
Zarco was named co-governor of Madeira with Tristão Vaz Teixeira. Bartolomeu Perestrela was named governor of Porto Santo.
The volcanic soil and abundant water provide very fertile soil. The Portuguese imported sugar cane from Italy and wine, Malvoisie grape, from Crete.
In 1478, Christopher Columbus sailed to Madeira to buy sugar.
While in Madeira, Columbus met the daughter of the governor of Porto Santo and married her.
It is said that from his stay on the island, Columbus learned to sail and know the ocean. Perhaps he got the idea at that time to embark upon this famous voyage in 1492.
In 1566, the French privateer Bertrand de Montluc arrived in the harbor of Funchal with an armada of 11 galleons and 1,300 men.
A reign of terror lasted for 16 days, during which he plundered the island, demolished stocks of sugar and killed 300 local people.
In 1580, the Spanish King Philip II proclaimed himself King of Portugal.
and Madeira became a Spanish possession for 60 years. During the 16th century, Madeira lost its domination of the sugarcane industry to Brazil.
In 1662, Charles II of England married Catherine of Braganza, the daughter of the King of Portugal,
and gained Madeira as part of the dowry.
Madeira wine was the only wine allowed by the British to be imported to the American colonies, and that British ships were used for their transport. This privilege attracted lots of English to the island. Since 1800, 9 million bottles of Madeira wine have been exported every year.
In 1814, Madeira was returned to Portugal at the end of the Napoleonic Wars.
In 1974, after a coup d'état in Portugal, Madeira gained the status of an autonomous territory in 1986. Portugal joined the European Community and Madeira automatically enjoys membership. As Madeira is an autonomous region of Portugal, self-governing, but established under the Portuguese constitution, its inhabitants are, for all intents and purposes, Portuguese. They speak Portuguese, vote in Portuguese elections and celebrate Portuguese holidays.
Since the middle of the 19th century, many visitors were tempted to go to Madeira for therapeutic reasons on the advice of English and German doctors. Madeira was recommended for its mild climate as this was deemed excellent treatment for chest complaints.
In the middle of the 20th century, Madeira started to develop its tourist industry, attracting aristocratic and rich guests. Since then, tourism has been one of the mainstays of the Madeiran economy, and Madeira is one of the oldest tourist locations in the world. Today, tourism is the primary industry of the Madeira Islands.
Scotsman William Reid founded Reid's Palace, Madeira's most celebrated hotel, in 1891.
As a home to many of the most prominent people of the 20th century, Reid's Palace has developed and maintained a deserved reputation as one of the foremost hotels in the world.
A seaplane line was established from Lisbon in 1921. Madeira gained added fame when the last Austro-Hungarian emperor, Charles I of Austria, Charles IV of Hungary, chose the island as a place of exile after World War I.
Funchal is the capital, and by far the largest city of Madeira.
Funchal is located in a unique area. The surrounding mountains form an amphitheater surrounding the city, beginning at the harbor and rising almost 4,000 feet or 1,200 meters high on gentle slopes. This
provides a natural shelter, and was what attracted the first settlers.
Funchal is a modern city with about 140,000 inhabitants.
Funchal has been the capital of Madeira for more than 500 years.
Funchal is said to have been given its name because of the abundance of fennel, or funcho in Portuguese, an herb that is used in cooking that was growing there.
This is a map of Funchal showing the principal points of interest.
The harbor and climate combined with an excellent geographical position allowed Funchal to have a rapid population growth.
The cruise port is right near the center of the city, but the dock is still some distance from the main oceanfront drive. Most cruise lines have shuttles to the center of town. It's walkable at around half a mile or 1 kilometer away. Cabs are also readily available and are quite reasonably priced, about $5 each way.
This shows the location of the cruise port.
This again shows the location of the cruise port.
This is a view of Funchal.
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 This is Avenida do Mar along the waterfront in Funchal.
Probably the most central point in Funchal is the Sé Cathedral. Built between 1493 and 1514 by Piroans in Mandolin style, it represents one of Madeira's numerous treasures.
This shows the location of the Sé Cathedral.
This shows the location of the Sé Cathedral with respect to the Avenida do Mar and the cruise port.
This shows the location of the Sé Cathedral with respect to the Avenida do Mar.
The Mandolin style is a Portuguese style of architectural ornamentation of the first decades of the 16th century, incorporating maritime elements from the voyages of discovery.
This is the Cathedral Sé.
This is the Avenida do Mar and the Sé Cathedral.
This is the Avenida do Mar and the Sé Cathedral.
This is the Avenida do Mar and the Sé Cathedral.
This is the Avenida do Mar in the Zona Velha or Old Town.
The Mercado dos Lavradores, Old Town Workers' Market in Funchal is open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. during weekdays, and on Saturday until 2 p.m. It is a view into the life of the typical Madeiran.
The Mercado dos Lavradores includes a fish market, a craft market, and a flower market.
This shows the location of the Mercado dos Lavradores.
This again shows the location of the Mercado dos Lavradores.
This is a view of the Mercado dos Lavradores, Market of the Workmen.
The Madeira Islands are also known for their flowers and subtropical fruits.
This is a view of the Mercado dos Lavradores, Market of the Workmen.
This is the Madeira Casino in Funchal. It was designed by Brazilian architect Oscar Niemeyer and opened in 1976.
Monte, Portuguese for mountain, is a picturesque suburb of Funchal. The parish is also known as Nossa Senhora do Monte, Our Lady of Monte. Monte is between 600 and 800 meters above sea level, and the population is 7,500.
The main church is called Igreja de Nossa Senhora do Monte, 1741, and is the burial place of Emperor Charles I of Austria, the last of the Habsburg rulers of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, who died in exile in 1922.
Between 1893 and 1943, the Monte was connected to Funchal by Madeira's only cog railway, which carried people between Funchal and Monte.
Presently, Monte can be accessed from Funchal by gondola lift, which was first opened nearly 100 years after the opening of the cog railway. The length of the cable car line is 2.3 miles, 3.7 kilometers, and the height difference is 1,840 feet, 560 meters. The journey time is 15 minutes each way.
The Madeira Cable Car is a modern cable car up to the Monte. The line has over 39 cabs with 8 seats each carrying 800 passengers per hour.
The trip takes you over the old town of Funchal in the Ribeira de João Gomes Valley, to the charming town of Monte. It presents wonderful views over the south coast of Madeira.
The departure station is at the Parque Almirante Reis, located in the old part of the town.
The departing station is located at Parque Almirante Reis in downtown Funchal.
The teleférico or cable car is an exciting way to see Madeira's beauty and is friendly to the environment.
This shows the location of the cruise ship port and the Funchal base station of the Madeira Cable Car.
This is the Funchal base station of the Madeira Cable Car.
Views of the Madeira Cable Car.
The inclined course, which takes approximately 15 minutes, is almost 2 miles, or 3.7 kilometers long, and has a vertical rise of 1,837 feet, or 560 meters.
The 39 cabins, with 8 seats each, can transport 800 passengers per hour, and the reduced speed at both stations makes it easier for disabled passengers to climb aboard.
At the onset of the 20th century, the steam train performed the task of bringing tourists up to the Monte Hills on a comfortable and memorable trip.
Now, almost 100 years later, a modern cable car has replaced the old steam train.
At the top, visitors are presented with a spectacular view of Funchal.
Recommended video, Funchal Cable Car in Madeira Island, 2 minutes, 8 seconds.
The Monte station is situated near the Monte Palace Tropical Garden, at Caminha das Babosas.
The Monte Palace Tropical Garden is a very large multi-level garden with an exotic plant collection from all over the world.
The Monte Palace Tropical Garden also has swans and ducks in the central lake, as well as peacocks and chickens.
The Madeira Botanical Garden, Jardim Botanical da Madeira, opened to the public in 1960. The area was previously part of an estate belonging to the family of William Reed, founder of Reed's Hotel.
The Botanical Garden cable car connects the village of Monte with Madeira Botanical Gardens. The Monte station is close to the Monte Palace Tropical Garden.
The Botanical Garden cable car was inaugurated in 2005. A round trip is about 2 miles, or 3 kilometers, and the one-way trip takes about 9 minutes.
The cabins of the Botanical Garden cable car each have a capacity of 8 seats. The maximum speed is a slow 9 miles per hour, or 4 meters per second.
In 1850, some enterprising people decided to create toboggans made out of wicker to bring people down to Funchal from Monte, high in the mountains. The tradition holds today.
The 2-person wicker sledges, or carros de cesto, are guided down the streets of the mountain by 2 men in traditional white uniform, with straw boater hats.
The rubber soles of their boots act as brakes. And it's a good thing. 2. The sledges achieve speeds of nearly 20 miles per hour as they twist along the pavement from the top to the bottom.
The cost is approximately €10 per person, and starts at the bottom of the stairs at the Nossa Senhora do Monte Church.
Recommended video, Madeira Island, Toboggan Run, 3 minutes.
The Madeira Story Center presents Madeira's history to the present day. It is an interactive museum that presents a chronological sequence of the archipelago's great historic events, from its volcanic birth 14 million years ago to the present day.
The Madeira Story Center is located in the Old Town, in the Largo Almirante Race, opposite the Monte Cable Car station. The tour takes approximately 1 hour.
This shows the location of the Madeira Story Center.
This shows the location of the Madeira Story Center.
The permanent exhibitions of the Madeira Story Center feature the themes: volcanic origin, discovery legends, discovering Madeira, turmoil and trade, strategic island, flourishing Madeira, post-navigation era and exploring Madeira.
The Funchal City Museum is located within the town hall. This museum shows the 500-year history of the existence of Funchal.
The Museum of Funchal exhibits the fauna, flora and geology of Madeira Islands, as well as an aquarium and the municipal library.
The Universe of Memories, Universo de Memorias, was founded and financed by the Secretary of Tourism, João Carlos Abreu, and reflects his life as traveler, journalist and public personality.
10,000 pieces such as books, ceramics, paintings and bronze objects from all over the world are exhibited in 14 rooms in a house located right opposite the entrance to the Quinta das Cruzes Museum.
The Sugar Museum shows the role that the production and export of sugar has played in the economic and social life of Madeira, and its cultural and artistic influences during the 15th and 16th century.
The Mario Barbito de Vasconcelos Library and Museum offers a collection about Christopher Columbus, rare books and coins, as well as the history of Madeira.
The Quinta das Cruzes Museum has exhibits of furniture from Portugal and other countries from the 16th to the 19th centuries, as well as Portuguese porcelain, sculpture and paintings.
This shows the location of the Quinta das Cruzes Museum.
The Casa de Luz, or Museu de Electricidade, was inaugurated in 1897 and is located at the Central Thermica power plant of Funchal, which was decommissioned in 1989.
The Museu de Electricidade has rare examples of machines and equipment more than half a century old. The current use and display show the original architectural structure, helping to create a dynamic and informative museum experience.
This shows the location of the Museu de Electricidade.
This shows the location of the Museu de Electricidade.
This is the Casa da Luz Electricity Roundabout Rotunda.
The Machico Whale Museum has an interesting collection of artifacts related to the whale fishing industry, which was very important in Madeira until the 1970s.
This is the Whale Museum.
For the first-time visitor, a good way to see the principal points of interest in Funchal is a hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus.
City Sightseeing Funchal is a hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus. The starting point is Estrada Monumental, Lido. The total loop takes 90 minutes. And a bus comes by every 30 minutes. Tickets are good for a full 24 hours. Commentary is available in Portuguese, English, German, French, Spanish, Italian, Luxembourgish, Finnish, Swedish, Danish, Norwegian, and Chinese.
This is a map showing the route of the city sightseeing hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus in Funchal.
This is a map showing the route of the city sightseeing hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus in the central area of Funchal.
These are the stops along the route of the city sightseeing hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus in Funchal.
Madeira Wine.
The Madeira Islands are particularly noted as the source of Madeira wine.
Madeira is a fortified wine made in the Madeira Islands. which is prized equally for drinking and cooking. In cooking, it is used in the dessert plum in Madeira.
Madeira Wine.
This is a vineyard in Madeira.
This is a vineyard in Madeira.
If you want to know more about Madeira wine, this museum is the place to go. There is everything related to the culture and production of wine.
This shows the location of the Madeira Wine Museum.
In the oldest Madeira wine cellars there are documents, books and machinery testifying to the old days of Madeira wine production.
The Madeira Wine Institute.
In the Madeira Wine Institute, visitors can see here an exhibition of prints, photography, objects and machines picturing the different phases of Madeira wine growing and production.
A levada is an irrigation channel or aqueduct on Madeira.
The Levadas originated out of the necessity of bringing large amounts of water from the west and northwest of the island to the drier southeast that is more conducive to habitation and agriculture, such as sugar cane production.
In the 16th century the Portuguese started building levadas to carry water to the agricultural regions. The most recent was made in the 1940s.
Madeira is very mountainous, and building the levadas was often difficult. Many are cut into the sides of mountains, and it was also necessary to dig 25 miles of tunnels.
Some levadas provide easy and relaxing walks through beautiful countryside, but others are narrow, crumbling ledges where a slip could result in serious injury or death.
A popular levada to hike is the Levada do Caldeiro Verde, which continues as the Levada Caldeiro do Inferno. Together they are about 23 miles long. Along both parts there are long sections which should not be attempted by hikers prone to vertigo. There are also several tunnels for which flashlights and helmets are essential.
The Levada do Botanical is a much easier walk. This levada runs 7.1 miles from Marices to the Botanical tunnel. It is known as the Mimosa Levada because acacias, often misnamed as mimosas, are found all along the route.
Today the levadas not only supply water to the southern parts of the island, but provide hydroelectric power. There are over 1,350 miles, or 2,000 kilometers of levadas, and they provide a remarkable network of walking paths.
Levada is a Portuguese word derived from the word levar, which means to carry and is roughly translated as carriageway. However, in the present context it would be correctly defined as a small canal or irrigation ditch.
These are levadas.
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 This is a map of some of the popular levada walks on Madeira.
The Volcanism Center conveys culture and education in a very entertaining way by providing the visitors with audio-visual demonstrations of volcanic eruptions and the birth of an island.
The Volcanism Center and the São Vicente Caves are located in São Vicente, a charming village on Madeira's north coast, at the end of the valley where the formation of the island started.
This shows the location of the Volcanism Center in the São Vicente Caves.
The Volcanism Center is located next to the São Vicente Caves. It has audiovisual shows that recreate the geological evolution of the caves, the eruption of a volcano, and a simulation of the birth of the archipelago of Madeira in an educational and entertaining way.
The cave has a length of 700 meters.
It is an interesting walk through the depths of the earth, showing volcanic stalactites, lava accumulations, known as lava cakes, and the erratic block, a stone carried by the lava that got stuck in one of the lava channels because of its dimensions.
The visit to the caves lasts about 30 minutes under the direction of specialized guides.
The visit to the caves of São Vicente is very interesting, because of the creation of a route that is mysterious, suitably lighted, having a well-chosen musical background and special magically architected lighting.
The caves of São Vicente.
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 The galleon Santa Maria is reproduction of Columbus' famous ship, complete with crew. It sails around Madeira from the Funchal marina twice daily.
The 100-passenger boat has covered areas and lavatories, and serves Madeira wine and honey cake. The crew will point out any whales and dolphins that are seen along the route.
The geographical position and mountainous landscape of Madeira result in a very pleasing climate. With its mild humidity, the weather of the island is classified as subtropical.
Influenced by the Gulf Stream, seawater temperature is 72 degrees Fahrenheit or 22 degrees Celsius during the summer, and 61 degrees Fahrenheit or 16 degrees Celsius in the winter.
Will it be hot or will it be cold in Funchal?
Here are the average high and low temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit throughout the year in Funchal.
Here are the average high and low temperatures in degrees Celsius throughout the year in Funchal.
Rainfall in Funchal.
Here is the rainfall in inches throughout the year in Funchal. The yearly total is 25 inches or 64 centimeters.
Here is the rainfall in millimeters throughout the year in Funchal. We see that the rainy season is in the autumn and winter months of October through March. Almost no rain falls during the summer months of June, July, and August.
Money.
The Madeira Islands are part of Portugal, and thus are in the European Currency Union and use the euro as the official currency. 1 euro equals $1 and 15 cents.
1 euro equals $1 and 15 cents.
1 euro equals $1 and 15 cents.
The Portuguese language.
The Portuguese language is the third most spoken Western language, just after English and Spanish, with about 200 million native speakers, and a few more millions all over the world because of the people of Portugal, Brazil, Cape Verde, Angola, and Mozambique.
This map shows where Portuguese is spoken around the world.
There are about 2.5 million Portuguese speakers in North America, about 170 million in South America, mostly in Brazil, close to 12 million in Europe, in Portugal and elsewhere, about 16.5 million in Africa, close to 400,000 in Asia, and close to 70,000 in Australia.
Overall, Portuguese ranks 6th among the most spoken languages in the world.
The Portuguese language is one of the Romance languages, which are languages that are derived from Latin.
We see how Portuguese is very closely related to Spanish, Catalan, and Italian.
Here are some useful Portuguese words and phrases.
Here are some more useful Portuguese words and phrases.
Here are some more useful Portuguese words and phrases.
Here are some more useful Portuguese words and phrases.
Here are some more useful Portuguese words and phrases relating to food and eating.
Here are some more useful Portuguese words and phrases.
Here are some more useful Portuguese words and phrases.
Here are some more useful Portuguese words and phrases.
Here are the Portuguese words for numbers 1 through 15.
Recommended video, Madeira Island on Travel Channel, 7 minutes, 35 seconds.
Recommended video, introducing Madeira Islands, 4 minutes, 33 seconds.
Recommended video, Madeira, Portugal, Vacation Travel Video Guide, 25 minutes, 36 seconds.
Recommended video, introducing Madeira Islands, 4 minutes, 33 seconds.
The Madeira Islands, Table of Contents,